Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. Happy Monday. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, I'm trying a different coffee. I was in the store last night and I got the Folgers 1850, I believe it was. Let's try it for the first time. I did it in a pour through. It's okay. It's not bad. Not bad for Folgers. Right? It was on sale. I thought, okay, it's got to be better than the regular Folgers. I'll use this bag up. Will I get it again? Probably not. After having freshly roasted coffee and then grinding it myself, getting a bag of ground coffee just doesn't cut it. It really doesn't. But it's acceptable. I will take some to work with me this morning. If you go down Jeremy Saulnier or Saulnier Road, it leads you to Macon Blair Road, and both roads lead you to Weirdsville. Happily. Few will understand that. If you understand that, then let me know down below what I'm talking about. I saw the movie Hold the Dark last night on Netflix. Turn the TV on, watch a film, turn the TV off. No news, no propaganda. Independent films, not Hollywood blockbusters made by pedophiles and sodomites. Check it out, Hold the Dark. I'm on a roll now with these Jeremy Saulnier films. My rule when consulting with RottenTomatoes.com, the movie review website, is this: if critics hate a movie, I know I'm going to love it. They always have the tomato meter official critics, people who actually went to school for film. I went to school for film. You don't know this, I'm a film minor. That was my minor in college, film. So I know a little bit about making movies, directing, hence my little part-time work in the media world, commercial work, that kind of thing. Critics. Should have a Dr. Evil picture where he says critics. If they love it, I hate it. If they hate it, I love it. Give me the audience reviews. Give me the reviews that you give me. I respect your opinion about a movie more than the critics. One of you recommended Blue Ruin, which was a Jeremy film. I loved it. And there's this actor, Macon Blair, and he was in Green Room and Blue Ruin and in Hold the Dark. Very, very understated guy. I don't know why. He's not a strong actor. He's an underplayed actor. But I like him. Don't think you can do a 3-day fast? Just watch The Human Centipede. You might end up doing 5 days. Now that's a weird film. That is a weird film. If you split up from your woman or take a break, let's just take a break. Let's take a breather. How do they say that? Let's take a breather. You'd be foolish to ever get back with her. Ever. Ever. Because she didn't go to the convent when you were apart. Take my word for it. Take my word for it. No one sits home waiting for you. Nobody. Nobody, men. The thought of fully furnished anything skeeves me out a little bit. Skin flakes, bed bugs, microorganisms, jizz stains. It's a fully furnished apartment. Oh, good. Goody. RVs, boats. Oh, good. Ugh. One of my revenue streams is cutting hair, which has completely stopped since March 15th. Completely stopped. When and if barbershops and salons open back up, we will have to look like a suited up scuba diver. Masks, face shields, gowns, gloves. Oh good, I can't wait to go back to cutting hair. And you wearing masks and gloves. Blah, 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 blah. Wait till the second wave of you-know-what gets manufactured. Entire industries of Democrat states are going to be eliminated. Entire industries wiped right out. Social distancing and masks. But if you want to protest, that's all right. People getting fined for going to church, going to the beach. 500,000 people shoulder to shoulder in a city protesting. That's quite all right. That's like something a 5-year-old would say. Daddy, why can't we go outside? But those people are outside. The mind of a child. Sometimes you have to kind of like dial it back a little bit and think like a child does. The world used to be governed by books, the books that great leaders read when they were children and early in their lives. Now the world is governed by emotional 280-character social media posts. Interesting, right? Gone are the great, solid as granite ideas, and in are Twitter posts. Societies would rise and fall on ideas presented in books. Now look where ideas are presented. 280 characters that get lost, that are emotional, that are wishy-washy, that are feminine, written by men. Remember, feminine looks good on a woman, but not on a man. It's repulsive on a man, and vice versa. Masculinity looks good on a man, looks horrible on a woman. By all means, use some time to be alone. Salute thyself, see what thy soul doth wear. Dare to look within thy chest, for 'tis thine own, and tumble up and down what thou findest there. George Herbert, 1633. I got into reading George Herbert yesterday morning. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say. There is a poem called Church Porch. It's not a religious poem. It sounds like it is. You need to read George Herbert. Thank me later. And it's written in King James-ish kind of language, 1600s. But you're going to be impressed. Read it slow, enjoy it, look for the humor, somewhat Shakespearean. I believe George Herbert was the one that actually came up with the phrase, you want your cake and eat it too. But of course he said it differently. Eat thy cake and have it also, or something like that, from the 1600s. George Herbert. Look him up. You won't be disappointed. Well, it's set in a library from 1955 to 2006. Hold on a second. I'm going to go get it. It's set in a library, this book. It was written in 1919. I have a 1955 copyright version of it here. The Haunted Bookshop by Christopher Morley, set in a library from 1955 to 2006. Then it was withdrawn and sold in bulk to a used bookseller who shelved it for another 10 years. And then I'm the actual first person to crack it open and read it. It smells glorious. The smell of an old book. The binding is stitched, classic Lippincott company stitching. Their books have a very, very distinct way of being bound. And it came, believe it or not, with the circulation card and the little pocket. Remember the pockets that library cards would go into? This poor book, nobody, ever since it was in the library in 1955, nobody took this book out to read it. This is the trippy thing. I am the first person to read this book. Isn't that wild? I like the circulation cards if they're all filled and books slightly worn. This is like brand new. A lot of people will buy books, used books that were in libraries, and they take out the circulation pockets and cards, take them out. I keep them in, and I use the circulation card as a bookmark. Just my thing. One of the most transformative things that you can do is go camping and or backpacking alone. You can go to a campsite, that's cool. Find the farthest one in the outer perimeter of the campgrounds if you can. Or if you go backpacking, you park at the trailhead and you literally only hike back maybe a mile or two at the most. You don't want to be too far by yourself. Always have a means of communicating with you, cell phone, but keep it off. Only use it for an emergency. You hike in a mile. No need to talk unless it's to wildlife. String up a hammock, read, have a nice crackling fire at night, coffee in the quiet, cool morning, a little hike, a little afternoon nap. The tent is set up, you'll get a great night's sleep. Even just an overnight trip like that is therapeutic and transformative. And it's not social. A lot of people don't do that because they can't stand silence. They can't stand to be alone. I will never forget the time that I went camping for an entire weekend. I didn't talk from Friday night until Monday morning. Didn't even talk at all. I remember swinging on a hammock, literally, I'm laying on a hammock reading a comic book. I'm not sure which one it was. It was an older one. It might be something like Tales from the Crypt or one of those EC comics that I really enjoy. And a chipmunk came up to the hammock. And I looked down and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And I just stayed there and I talked to it a little bit and then it went away. I think that was the only talking that I did the entire weekend. Here's an observation. TV watchers that I call TVWs. TVWs don't like people who read. They don't like non-TVWs, and they don't like early to bed and early to rise people. Something about TVWs. They think that we are boring, and there's something up with us. I think there's something wrong with a TVW. That's what I think. So there's a report that says young U.S. men are having a lot less sex in the 21st century, study shows. Sexual activity among young American men has declined sharply since 2000, with nearly a third reporting no sex in the prior years. I got news for you. You'll never see an article like that about women. Women are not having less sex, but men are. What is that telling you? 80% of the men are not having anything. That means 20% of the men who are masculine, who are top tier or appear to be top tier, proves my point. 20% are having all the women. 80% are moaning and groaning and watching porn and being nerds and playing video games. The 20%, and I'm not condoning this, I'm just reporting the facts. 20% of the men are the ones that are getting all the women. 80%. have a monthly subscription to hand lotion. Snark is to men what sarcastic is to women. I followed some Twitter trails yesterday and I saw some men in Austin and San Francisco talking about being snarky. Good for you. Snarky. Boy, now there's a nice masculine trait, isn't it? Wearing your onesie, drinking your Starbucks. Good job. Good job. Hey, good job, boomer parents, raising snarky little boys that moved to San Francisco and Austin. Good job, boomer parents. My peers. I understand why some people say, okay, boomer. I get that now. Is your income you-know-what proof or WTF proof for the next wave of WTF that's going to be coming in the next month? Oh, you think that there's social turmoil now. The next one has to be bigger. You know, it has to escalate. The plans say that it has to escalate. The next thing is bigger. I don't know if it will be domestic in the United States or if it's going to be an international problem. You ain't seen nothing yet. June and July, whoo, one hot summer. It's going to be something. How are you going to react? Are you panicking? Are you a TVW? Do you wear the sign of compliance? Do you wear the mark of the beast? Or the mark of the asshole? The mark of the sheep? That's probably more like it, right? No way is that the mark of the beast. But think about it. You can't buy or sell without this. Just saying. Everything that you're seeing in the news today can be traced back to fatherlessness. Follow everything. A lot of people say, well, let's follow it to its logical conclusion. And then I come along and say, that's cool. That's only 50% of the equation. Let's follow things to its logical genesis. Where did it start? It's easy and fun and trendy to go to the logical conclusion. Follow things back to its roots, if you dare. There's some real uncomfortable truths there that have never been addressed because people are afraid of offending someone. That doesn't happen here on the Daybreak Show because this is the home of sanity, clarity, and reason. And we go where every other social media person, the press, dares not to go. I ask the hard questions and I give the hard answers, and sometimes I have no answers. A friend of mine opened up a bodybuilding gym several months ago. He was open for 2.5 months and the government shut him down. He tried opening up again this past week. The government shut him down again. He should have said that he was holding a protest there, and that's okay. You can't go and work out at a gym, but if you want to gather 30,000 people shoulder to shoulder, it's okay. You want to do something good for yourself. Can't do it. You want to gather shoulder to shoulder? Cool. There's more money in tattoo removal than there is in tattooing. The cool factor isn't there, right? What do? I'm a tattoo artist. Oh, really? Tell me about your work. Can I see your portfolio? The cool factor's not there, but the cash factor is. Can you imagine having a portfolio if you're a tattoo removal artist? It'd be a blank book. That being said, you could be cool or you can have cash. What do you want? Tattoo removal is bigger than tattooing right now. You want to make money? A couple weeks ago we talked about power washing. There's a guy who's going to be making some money with power washing. I'm staying in touch with him. He started a YouTube channel. Here's another idea. You want to make money? Go into tattoo removal. Hey, how about that Segway? Remember the Segway? You stand up on it? Remember it was going to change the world? Change how we transport ourselves? They're just everywhere, right? Segways are everywhere now. My God, nothing but Segways as far as you can see. That's advertising gone wrong now, isn't it? When was the last time you rode a Segway? Wait till I do my video on portable electric scooters. The one that I have is amazing. You'll see. Also, e-bikes. I'm going to be doing a summer series on e-bikes if I can. I would love to be able to convert my existing bike to an e-bike if I could. We'll see. Or if there's a company that's interested in reaching 143,000 people, that would be cool too. And I am looking for sponsors, gold and silver sponsors, coffee sponsors. I'm not interested in I'm not interested in stuff. I'm interested in technology, things that are going to improve people's lives. When I do my interviews with people, to me, I think they're more relevant than TED Talks. The people that I interview literally have ideas worth sharing. A certain college is the first in the nation to offer online therapy. Oh, good job. King up minds, one person at a time. I was a counselor and a professor at that college 30 years ago. I couldn't even imagine working at a college now. Can't even imagine it, unless it was, let's say, Hillsdale. But every other college, I have zero use for it. Right now, Hillsdale, for me, would be my choice. And also, I've been saying this for a while now, that I would love to teach 1 or 2 courses at FIT, Florida Institute of Technology, down in Melbourne, Florida. If I could get in there. If they're not too progressive, I would love to teach there. So if anyone has any connections at FIT, let me know. That'd be cool. Meritocracy is a social system in which success and status in life depend primarily on individual talents, abilities, and effort. It is a social system in which people advance on the basis of their merits, not nepotism, race, gender, or creed. Meritocracy is a beautiful thing. You get somewhere because you earn it. You have things because you earn them. What a concept. See how far we've gotten away from that? You don't deserve anything. You deserve what you work for. You deserve what you negotiate. Period. No breaks. Nothing. What do you work for? My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things. You set it up so well, so carefully. And it's funny how your new life didn't change things. You are still the same old girl you used to be. The Eagles, 1975. Vegan leather? I saw a bike helmet the other day that the straps were vegan leather. You mean plastic? Come on, the absurdity continues. Shoes made with vegan leather. You mean plastic? We used to be a meritocracy. Now we're an idiocracy. I don't know. I just made that up. Fools. Fools. Everywhere. Don't be a fool. Loretta Lynn, the mother of country music, said, "To make in this business, you have to be first, great, or different." Great advice for anyone in any industry. Capitalize on first, great, or different. Yeah, but that field is already saturated. Really? All right, so you won't be the first. Can you be great? All right, there's already a lot of great people out there. Okay, how can you be different? You could still fill up a stadium, a very large stadium, with a pessimistic men's conference. Men who see the dark side of everything, who view all women as trying to take advantage of them, and they're evil. You could fill up a stadium with men like that. Proof that you don't need to have a good message to be empirically successful. I choose optimism in whatever that attracts. And with that, finish your coffee and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show. We are now at the end of Season 2, the official Season 2 of the Daybreak Show, which will be ending at the end of June, and then there's 2 months of special videos almost every day until Season 3 begins. Thank you for your patronage. Don't forget to join the channel. You can join this channel. It's $5 a month. That's something you can do. It's a way of showing support. And I will be going over to other platforms as well as the Daybreak Show grows, as we build a new studio. Thank you for the donations already. That has already blown my mind. A little bit more and the studio is going to be built. And I'm looking at building a Daybreak Ranch for men, one man at a time, to transform his life. Take a man out of the darkness, bring him into the light, to be productive and a leader. No shirt and tie allowed. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Stirring the coffee with chopsticks, using the vortex method. Wait 1 second. Perfect. Every time. So how do you transition? How do you make changes? You respond, you don't react. You don't panic. Do not panic. You have to be the cool one. When everyone else is panicking, oh my God, what am I going to do? You are the cool one. You